guys, it's Elizabeth Grandel, and we are back for episode 3 of Ask, where you get to ask me whatever your health-related question is, and I will do my best to answer your question. So our question today is from Anne-Marie on Instagram, and she's asking about healing her adrenals, or healing how I healed my adrenals. So this is actually a really good question and something that so many of us really need to hear. So the first thing you want to do is remove all stressors. So our adrenals are something that gets fired when we're under stress. That's a great thing. We need that for when we're in a stressful situation. Problem is, these days, most of us never get out of that state so that we can recover. And you cannot recover when you are in your fight or flight state, which is when your adrenals are firing, you're in your fight or flight state. So you need to switch out of that sympathetic state, and you need to switch into your parasympathetic state, which is where you can recover, where you can digest, where you can repair from whatever damage was done. So that's super, super critical. So not only emotional stressors, I'm not talking about just, the jerk boss that you have, or whatever, the stressful relationship, or whatever that, emotional stressors you have, but think beyond that. I'm talking about chemicals in your environment. Those are huge stressors, or that you're putting on your skin, or that you're eating, consuming inside your body. So it's emotional, mental, physical, internal, and alignment. So think about getting adjusted. That can have an effect on you as well. And chemicals. No surprise, I would be telling you to stop having chemicals in your environment. So those are your stressors. So remove your stressors, first of all, and get into your parasympathetic system 3 times a day for 5 minutes. Heart Math and Becoming Superhuman by Dr. Joe Dispenza are some great resources that I've used. There's tons of information out there, so educate yourself. And if you don't want to educate yourself, just listen to my advice and go to heartmath.com and get started right there, or reach out to me directly. The next thing is your diet. So nobody likes to hear this, but no gluten, no dairy, no caffeine, no sugar, no processed foods, organic everything, and it's ideal to eat every 3 hours to keep your blood sugar stable. When your blood sugar drops, your adrenals fire. So that's another reason why your adrenals would fire. And since we're trying to let them recover, we don't want to give them any extra reasons to be firing, right? So that's the principle, that you're trying to let them heal, let them be, let them recover, and they will. So because of our normal environments that we all live in today, or the food that we're putting in us, or the products we're using, we all have toxins on board. We're talking about heavy metals, we're talking about chemicals, we're talking about all kinds of different toxins that could be in there. So doing a really thorough detoxing, and it's not a week, it's not a month, it's ongoing. You did not get this sick overnight. I don't even need to know what your history is, but I already know you did not get this sick overnight. So think back how long it took for you to get this sick, and keep that in mind when you're moving forward with healing. So be patient, stick with it, and continue to do detoxing, whether it's in depth or something a little bit more basic. Always be doing some modalities of detoxing, whether it's body brushing, or castor oil packs over the liver, or infrared saunas, or, dare I say, coffee enemas. Look that up. Detox for a period of time. Don't just do it for a week or for a month or something. It's an ongoing thing at this point in order to heal. Also, when our adrenals are burnt out, we don't hold on to sodium. So you probably crave salt. You're not holding on to it, and sodium is actually very important for our well-being. We need it. It's gotten demonized because it's table salt, the iodized salt, is what's not good for you. The stuff like Himalayan crystal salt, Celtic sea salt, real salt from Salt Lake City. So those are your healthy salts, and your body actually needs those. So not only should you be putting salt on your food as you want, the healthy salts only, you can also do something called Sole, S-O-L-E. There's recipes online. Actually, I really like wellnessmama.com. She's got a recipe on there, and that's the one that I use. It's real simple to make. It's basically just Himalayan crystal salt rocks inside of a glass jar. You fill the glass jar up with filtered water, put a top on, make sure it's not metallic, and let it sit for 24 hours. After 24 hours, then the salt, there should still be some salt at the bottom of the container. If there is, that means that the water is completely saturated and it's ready for you to start drinking. You start with a teaspoon a day, every morning, like on an empty stomach. Do that every single day. This is critical for healing your adrenals, but honestly, this is actually good advice for anybody trying to get healthy, because we don't have the same soil that we used to have. So the nutrients inside the soil are not where they should be. So this is a way to get those back in your diet, okay? As far as activity goes, you really got to take it slow and listen to your body. You do want to move your body because that's super important just in general, but you don't want to go so hard that you're taxing your adrenals too much. So my rule of thumb is, if you are not recovered after 20 minutes after you stop working out or whatever your activity is, then you went too hard. You should be able to fully recover after within 20 minutes of a workout. So we're all going to be tired after a workout, but if you're not recovered within 20 minutes, next time you work out, back off a little bit until you reach a point where your body can handle it and not be fatigued for the rest of the day. Okay? And then just take it easy from there. And I know if you're anything like me, you don't want to hear that take it easy, because you want to go, and you want to get better, you want to get fit, you want to lose weight, you want to all those things. But you have to be patient, and that was the hardest part for me, was to be patient. But do these things that I'm telling you, and I promise you will start to heal, and slowly but surely you'll be able to get back into your activities like you were before. So I don't like to use supplements a whole lot, but this is one of the times that I actually did use supplements to heal my adrenals. And there's a couple different ones that I use. And one that I really liked was Dr. Wilson's, and he actually has a book called Adrenal Fatigue. I think that's the actual name of the book as well. But he has supplements and he has a book. So you can actually get the book, read it, figure out where you are and what you need, and then get the supplements. And the supplements, I had to go through 2 full bottles before I noticed my adrenals really starting to kick back in again. So again, be patient. And then of course, always look for underlying causes like autoimmune disease, toxin exposure, or anything else that could be in your environment that is taxing you and maybe you don't realize it, like mold in the walls. You could have an autoimmune disease like I have, which is Hashimoto's, and I believe that is what burnt my adrenals out, because your adrenals and your thyroid, and then something in your brain as well, they all work together on a little axis. So if one is slacking, then the other one will pick up the slack. But that can only last for a certain amount of time before that starts to fade as well. So that's what's happened. My thyroid stopped functioning, my adrenals picked up the slack, and then my adrenals fell out. So I had to heal both of those things. So make sure your underlying causes are under control. Okay, guys, that is it for this episode of Ask. Please submit your questions below in the comments section, or on Instagram, The Grundell Method, or you can send me a message on my website, thegrundellmethod.com, and I can't wait to answer your questions. Talk to you soon.